Yo, what is good YouTube? It's the Deli, back with another Destiny 2 Onslaught build video, and today we're going to go over my Stasis Warlock. In this build, we're going to be able to freeze everything and chain our freezes constantly. Our weapon of choice is going to synergize very well with our exotic armor of choice, giving us our super really fast, and when our super is full, we're going to get a free Stasis ×4 weapon boost on top of that. Let's take a look at the build. Alright, now in this build we are going to be using the exotic, the Mantle of Battle Harmony. Mantle of Battle Harmony's armor perk is Absorption Cells. Takedowns with weapons that have a damage type matching your subclass element grant you super energy. While your super energy is full, you instead gain a temporary bonus to weapon damage of the type matching your subclass element. So, while your super is not charged with Mantle of Battle Harmony, we're going to get Energy Siphon for 2 seconds. So it's essentially a cooldown. It's going to grant us 3% while we're in PvE. So this is going to allow us to get our super back really fast because we're going to be spamming our Stasis weapon of choice. When our super is full, we're going to get 4 stacks of Stasis Weapon Surge for free. So this is going to pair very well with our exotic weapon of choice. Alright, now let's take a look at our exotic weapon of choice. We are going to be using the exotic trace rifle Aegir's Scepter. Aegir's Scepter's intrinsic trait is Aegir's Call. Final blows with this weapon generate a slowing burst around the defeated target. Its trait is Riga's Refrain. Stasis final blows transfer ammo to this weapon's magazine from reserves. And if you have the catalyst, if you long press X, it'll drain your super energy, overflowing the magazine and empowering the beam with bonus damage, and the ability to slow and freeze targets until the magazine or super energy runs out, or until this weapon is stowed. It can only be activated when our super energy is full. So you can see the synergy here with Mantle of Battle Harmony. We're going to get super energy for just defeating targets, and when our super energy is full, we're going to get a Stasis ×4 weapon boost for free. So when we decide to use the super beam, we're going to do really big damage, and it'll give us a little bit of energy when we get a kill, so we can keep the beam up for quite a bit of time, and it's going to do very, very big damage. Alright, now let's take a look at the super abilities, aspects, and fragments. Our super of choice is going to be Winter's Wrath. We only have one option, but we're going to be converting it via our Aegir's Scepter anyway, so it doesn't matter. For our abilities, I'm going to be on Healing Rift. For the jump, this is just preference. We're going to be on Burst Glide. For our melee, we only have one option, Penumbral Blast. This is good to just get a quick freeze off. And for our grenade, this isn't going to matter as well because one of the aspects we're going to be utilizing. Now, jumping into the aspects, our first aspect of choice is going to be Bleak Watcher. Press and hold the grenade button to convert your grenade into a stasis turret that fires slowing projectiles at nearby targets. So we're going to be converting our Cold Snap into a stasis turret, and this just helps even more with the ad suppression. We're going to constantly be getting more freezes off, and this is going to pair very well with our next aspect, which is going to be Ice Flare Bolts. Shattering a frozen target spawns seekers that track and freeze other nearby targets. This is very good with Aegir's Scepter. When you get a freeze off and defeat that target, it's going to send a tracking seeker, kind of like what a Cold Snap grenade does, and freeze them. This is very, very strong in this build because we're going to constantly be able to freeze everything, and it's just going to keep chaining over and over. Really, really strong. Alright, now let's take a look at our fragments. Our first fragment of choice is going to be Whisper of Fissures. Increases the damage and size of the burst of stasis when you destroy a stasis crystal or defeat a frozen target. Really, really great in this build. We're going to constantly be freezing targets, so this is just even more damage when we shatter them. Our second stasis fragment is going to be Whisper of Chains. While you are near frozen targets or a friendly stasis crystal, you take reduced damage from targets. This is also a +10 to our recovery, which is nice. But this is really good. We're going to freeze everything, and one of our artifact perks is going to create stasis crystals, which is going to just help with even more damage resist. Our third stasis fragment is going to be Whisper of Shards. Shattering a stasis crystal temporarily boosts your grenade recharge rate. Shattering additional stasis crystals increase the duration of this benefit. So like I said, we're going to get free stasis crystals via an artifact perk, so we're going to be able to boost our grenade recharge rate by just shattering them. Our final stasis fragment is going to be Whisper of Torment. You gain grenade energy each time you take damage from targets. This is really nice. This is just passive grenade energy from just taking damage. Really, really strong. It's going to help us get that grenade back quicker so we can get more stasis turrets out on the field. Now taking a look at our weapons of choice, we already went over our exotic weapon of choice. It's going to be Aegir Scepter in the kinetic slot. For our energy slot, I am using an Indebted Kindness. Mine has Volt Shot and Lead from Gold, which is really nice. So when we pick up some heavy ammo, we're going to get some ammo for this as well. And what I like about Indebted Kindness is it is piercing sidearms in the artifact. So that means we're going to be able to stun barrier champions with this. And when Volt Shot is proc, it'll allow us to stun overload champions as well. We're going to be able to stun overloads via our stasis slow, and we're going to be able to stun unstoppable from freezing and shattering targets. So we're going to be able to stun every champion type in this build. In our heavy slot, I am using a Cold Comfort with Envious Assassin and Bait and Switch. You could sub this out for anything else, a GL with Envious and Bait and Switch, Reconstruction Bait and Switch. I'm just using Cold Comfort because it synergizes well with Stasis. Alright, now let's take a look at our armor mods. On our helmet, we're going to be using 1 Harmonic Siphon, Rapid Stasis, Weapon Final Blows, create Orbs of Power. Our second armor mod is going to be Powerful Friends. Collecting an Orb of Power causes nearby allies to increase their current armor charge by 1. You could sub this in for anything else if you have, enough energy. I didn't, so I just filled it with Powerful Friends, but this does come in handy. Helps, with armor charge. And our final helmet armor mod is going to be a special ammo finder, just so we always have ammo for our Aegir Scepter. On our gauntlets, we're going to be running triple grenade kickstart. We're going to be using this so we can get more grenade energy and constantly throw stasis turrets out on the field. You'd be surprised with all the ways we have a grenade cooldown. We'll be able to get multiple turrets out on the field. And since we're getting a free stasis weapon surge via our Mantle of Battle Harmony, we don't need to run any surge mods. So I opted in for 3 grenade kickstarts. On our Mantle of Battle Harmony, this is always just preference. I have an arc resist and a solar resist. I like to change these according to the activity I'm playing and the threat in that activity. I'm also running 1 Harmonic Reserve so I can actually carry more stasis ammo for my Aegir Scepter and my Cold Comfort. On our leg armor, we're going to be using 1 Innervation, reduces our grenade cooldown when we pick up an Orb of Power. I'm also going to be using 1 Harmonic Scavenger, so when we pick up a heavy brick or a special brick, we're going to pick up more ammo for our stasis weapons. And I'm going to be using 1 Stacks on Stacks. Picking up an Orb of Power grants you additional armor charge, so when I pick up 1 orb, I'm going to get 2 stacks of armor charge. And finally, on our Warlock Bond, I'm going to be using Double Bomber. When I throw that Rift down, I'm getting more grenade cooldown, and I'm going to be using 1 Reaper. When I pop my Rift, my next final blow will create an Orb of Power. Alright, now here is a quick summary of the build. You can see all my armor mods right here. You can see my stat distribution here. I would focus on Resilience and Discipline, but if you are using Whisper of Hedrons, which grants you 60 to Mobility, Resilience, and Recovery, you could switch these stats around. I opted not to run Whisper of Hedrons, but it's really up to you. And for the artifact perks, there are some artifact perks that we can take advantage of. You want to use Pillar of Ice. Defeating a frozen target spawns a stasis crystal, so that's how we're going to get those free crystals on the field. We want to use Hell of the Storm. Shattering frozen targets and stasis crystals deal increased damage. This is really nice. This is additional damage along with Whisper of Fissures. And we also want to run Dragon's Bite. Breaking a combatant shield with a strand or stasis weapon has a chance to suspend or freeze that combatant. This is just even more chances of freeze. Here is also my weapon and their respective roles. Here is a quick drip check for my Stasis Warlock. You can see all the armor pieces I used here and the shader. Alright, now that is going to do it for the build. If you try this build and you liked it, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Destiny 2 Onslaught build videos coming very soon. Hit that notification bell to get notified when I upload some new videos. Also, the dim link will be down in the description below, along with the link to my Discord channel as well. Thanks again for watching the video. My name is The Deli, and peace.